Syria, a place affected by a humanitarian disaster. As you all know, there's lots of families who are suffering, living in refugee camps in dire conditions. There's children who've been affected, children who've lost fathers and mothers who've become orphans. And we asked you for your help, and you gave that help, mashallah. Hundreds of pounds donated, thousands donated, and we've used that money, we collected that and taken those donations from UK, from High Wycombe and Reading and surrounding places like Nelson, taken it to Syria, and there we bought food, made food parcels and delivered that aid via trucks using the assistance of charities like IHH and Hand in Hand for Syria. If you donate £600, see all these boxes, you can feed 36 families for a month, inshallah, even more than that, with the items in there. So please, we're asking people to donate £600 each and continue to feed these families, these Syrian families in the refugee camps. These boxes are now being transported via trucks to the poor areas in Syria. We're travelling across Syria, past some refugee camps, and people just set up tents in the middle of the road, on the side, anywhere they can find place amongst the olive trees. The situation that people are living in is really, really desperate. They need food, they need clothes. We're passing the refugee camp inside Syria, just inside the border. You see there's hundreds of tents here. There's so many refugee camps. Some refugee camps are 1,000 people, some have 10,000 people, some have 20,000. IHH had a call from that village saying the people there were living in a dire situation. So we took aid to that village. Here we're delivering it to people's houses. We're in a town called Maureen. There's families who have come from other cities and towns and come to this village in Syria, and they've moved into a school. The school is that we came to at the moment, so the families are living here. There's 6 families, and you can see the poor state of this school. It's living in a very bad condition. We're going to deliver some food parcels to them. We're just going to be bringing those in, inshallah. We went round one by one, taking these food kits, delivering them to people's homes. We go inside some of these houses, they have hardly anything. They're so glad to see us, seeing Muslims from other parts of the world coming to donate. They're so moved, so touched, and they were thanking you all for giving those donations.
As you can see, there's a lot of needed families here. Alhamdulillah, we're doing our duty, and please do yours. Collect some more money, we can deliver more food to the houses.
More families receiving the aid. You see a lot of these women, they're living with their children, without husbands. These people need a lot of help. These food kits, they would only cost about £20.
See, everything taken from us, we don't have anything. Okay. They take from us every material, they don't
Right.
and bombing our
Houses, and they haven't got
and they don't have nothing now.
She's telling us she lost everything in the house, and they are living in the school here. Life is disaster now. May Allah make it easy for you.
These houses, they have no doors, there's no windows, there's no proper roof, there's no flooring. Some of them are being prepared still. And if you look, it's being plastered now, but they've got a small rug. So this is how these families are living. It's quite shocking space that they've got to stay in. And the environment, if you looked outside, the whole place is derelict. And sadly, these families are having to live in the rough. As well as visiting these places where we're delivering aid, they went to some hospitals as well. Here we had patients coming for treatment. Visited doctors, and they were really, really desperate for help, for medicines, medical equipment. They asked for specific items that they needed. For example, a suction pump for treating wounds. Some of these patients we saw, they were paralyzed, turned inside, they couldn't walk,
One big one.
Big wound at the back?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it? Was it a bomb? Shrapnel?
شظايا الطيارة
Plane.
Plane.
Okay.
عنقودية قنبلة عنقودية صارت عنقودي نجحت
Big bomb.
Okay.
نجحت
Muja. And how many people did it affect?
وقتها كم واحد مات. This patient injured by the shotgun. Yeah. And injury in the spinal cord and paralysis. Yeah.
Okay.
شو صار لك؟ About 3 months ago.
As well in the refugee camps. Here we see a refugee camp which has been set up by Ummah Welfare Trust and IHH. Here they look after children and widows in this vast refugee camp, and they've catered for quite a few families there, alhamdulillah. They've got a tent masjid, a tent kitchen where they provide food to the orphans and the widows and look after them, provide them clothing and education as well. And you see the children, they've provided some simple, very simple play equipment, but the children do with whatever they can with. You know, they play, alhamdulillah, they're happy. They've been provided for, and they were overjoyed when they saw people bringing further aid. So please do continue to donate. We also donated money as the card that you had given. We gave that to children, to widows, to families who are in real dire situations. So please continue to donate.
أبكي على شام الهوى بعيون مظلوم مناضل وأذوب في ساحاتها بين المساجد والمنازل رباه سلم أهلها واحمي المخارج والمداخل واحفظ بلاد المسلمين عن اليمائن والشمائل.